everyone, my name is Maggie and today I would like to talk to you about basics of Braille alphabet. So I am not a Braille teacher, but I use Braille on a daily basis and I simply can't imagine my life without this fantastic tool. So I was thinking how to best explain the way Braille works and I decided to use a box of 6 eggs. So these eggs are representing Braille dots that are used to form Braille characters. Now I will remove all of these eggs and I will show you some of the letters and I hope that it will make it clearer how we write in Braille. So I just left dot number 1 and dot number 1 is letter A. If I add here second dot, now we have dots 1 and 2 and this is letter B. If I now move this dot here, we have dots 1 and 4 and this is letter C. And for instance, if I add dot 5 here, this is letter D. I am not going to go through all of the letters of alphabet because you can easily find it online, but I will show you some of the letters that I found easiest to learn when I had to learn Braille. So this is letter L and these are simply dots 1, 2 and 3. Then this is letter K, just dots 1 and 3. And this is letter O, which are dots 1, 3 and 5. And I found this letter easy to learn because I was thinking, okay, so this is sort of half of O that I could write with pen when I was sighted. And I was always thinking this is basic like shape of O. And I also found letter P easy to learn because it was reminding me of P that I used to write with the pen this way. And I also found letter S easy to learn because it was always reminding me of top half of S that I used to be able to write with pen. Okay, so now I will try to explain how do we write capital letters in Braille alphabet. So let's go back to letter A, which is a point number 1. So to write capital A, this letter needs to be preceded by dot 6. And if letter A is preceded by dot 6, this is capital letter A. In a similar way, to write capital letter B, we have to precede B with dot 6. And the rest of the alphabet works in the same way. In a similar way, we create numbers in Braille. So letter A, which is again just dot number 1, is our number 1, but for it to be number 1, it needs to be preceded by a number sign. So this is number sign. So just to clarify, if letter A is preceded by this symbol, it is number 1. If letter B is preceded by this symbol, it is number 2. If letter C is preceded by the symbol, it is number 3. I also wanted to explain that if, for instance, we want to write 35, we don't have to write the symbol before each digit. It's enough to write it at the beginning of this number and then basically write this number sign, then letter C, which will be standing for number 3, and then letter E, which will be 5. And then we have number 35. So now I will try to show you how we type in Braille. And to do this, I will use my electronic Braille note taker. I was hoping that I will be able to show you how Braille is displayed on this Braille note taker, but unfortunately I was told by my friends that it's absolutely not visible and there is no way to make it clear. So we will just focus on a keyboard and I will try to explain how do we type in Braille. So now I am just unlocking this device and I will explain about typing. So here we have 8 keys, but please do ignore these keys because they're just function keys that are used to operate this machine. We really need to focus on these 6 keys, which are middle keys, and on a spacebar, which is here. So this key is corresponding with dot 1, this is corresponding with dot 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So for instance, if we want to write A, we just press that key. If you want to write letter B, we just press keys 1 and 2, and then we have letter B. If you want to write letter L, which is 3 dots, we just press these 3 keys. Then, for instance, letter O will be these keys. Letter P will be this combination of keys, and so on and so forth. Now, I will show you yet another way of writing in Braille. It is now rarely used, but I like using it for creating Braille labels. So for instance, if I have to label folders in which I keep my documents, or Polly Pockets, or some other documents, I use this Braille frame, which is only single line, but you can also get one with many lines. For instance, A format, 5A format, or I think that 5A format is the most popular. You can also get it. The interesting thing about writing when we use that frame is that we have to write from right to left, because then we turn this around and then we can read raised dots from left to right. So basically, now when I push this stylus, I am creating raised dots, but I also create letters writing in a mirror image. So then when I take this tape out of this frame, I can read it from left to right. I am afraid it won't be very easily visible, but for instance, here is letter P and A. So this is a sort of plasticky tape, so it's very resilient, and it is the Braille letters are very clear for a very long time. I also wanted to mention that using Braille alphabet, we can write sophisticated mathematical symbols and even musical notes, and of course all punctuation. So we can record everything that can be recorded in black print used by sighted people. I will record a separate video on how I use Braille in my daily life, in what situations, and how exactly it helps me. And I hope that you found this video today useful in some ways, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!